This is Yates Cider Mill. They press apples here, make cider and donuts and all kinds of delicious stuff. Let's go in. This is the main event in this place, aside from the obvious donuts, food, cider, they've got it all. But this press, really old, puts down about 30 tons of pressure. I'll give you some close-ups of what they're doing, but people just feed through here and just give them money. The whole time I'm standing here, people are buying everything you could buy, and they just funnel right through. So basically what's happening here is that pipe above his head is funneling in or pushing in crushed apples. And this particular batch has like 7 different types of apples. He uses this stainless steel frame there, spreads a heavy cheesecloth over it, and then fills it up with apples, I would say about 10 inches thick, pretty thick, and then folds the cheesecloth over into the middle, and then he pulls on this lever, which moves that stainless steel box frame upward. You'll see later in the video, he gets it pretty tall. I mean, I bet it's about 36 inches tall when he's done with it. And then the best part is the whole machine rotates. You've got to see that. So keep watching. Meanwhile, on this other side, you can see we're almost to 20 tons. That'll get all the way up to 30 tons of pressure. And it's just this gearing system with this big wooden platform that presses down on the apples and the cheesecloth and out squeezes a whole bunch of juice. Here he is folding the cheesecloth in. You can get a really good view of that stainless steel thing. That's what kind of keeps it all together. Later on, he uses what looks like an oar or a paddle, for a boat, to kind of shove the cheesecloth in even further. You can see we're almost to the top here, and they've stopped pressing this one. So see that space there? They've reversed the whole thing, and now it's bringing that whole contraption up. And that's pretty significant, the difference between those two. Here he is, as I mentioned, using an oar to feed all that in. I guess there's some risk that it could blow out, with that pressure. So clearly they want to make sure that everything is kind of woven in there to hold it all together. So what he just did, and I missed recording it, but he took this kind of plastic thing off the top of this one and moved it over to this one. So you can see that, just kind of a shield between the bottom of the press and the top of the apples. And we're getting close here to when they spin this thing. If you look down in the very front right there, you'll see where the wheels roll on it. There we go. Isn't that crazy? And then they just do it all over again. Here he's about to turn the machine back on. It just works with levers. There's a big belt driving it from the back there. You can see the scale is back down to 0. And it just starts coming down again. Here what he's doing is unfolding the cheesecloth, and then they just take all of the crushed apples that are now pretty dry from what he said, and just shakes them off into that vat. And I thought they probably would use that stuff for, cooking or in the donuts and whatever, but they don't. It's all just animal feed. They use it, they compost it. It all gets used in some way, but this product does not end up back in the process here anyway, as far as making the donuts and the other food that they sell. So once they get through with that, they just do it all over again, spin the machine and start crushing. You can see the juice that's coming out of it, especially at the beginning, is unbelievable. It all collects in that pan and flows down these 2 tubes into that vat underneath. And then it gets pumped over, you can't see where that is, but it gets pumped somewhere, and I assume pasteurized or something. That's it for this video. Thanks so much for watching. See you next time.